think it was a Jabra Evolve or something like that. Oh no, that might be, no, that's my headset for work. Yeah, I think it says Alcam.
Hi folks, looks like we're live for our workshop for May 28th, where Aaron and I are both here waiting for Sabin to come in. But we can go ahead anyway. Okay, good. Using our OWL camera again, and let me do this certified ratio. You and I can both sign it, okay? And then when Sabin comes in, he can as well. Okay, looks good. I'll give that to you, and then we'll put it on Sabin's desk.
Yep.
This is all the stuff that I had that I want to put in the file, so we'll do it alphabetically so everybody has access to it when and if we get around to it. I let Laura know that we were interested in pursuing those options from the last workshop we had with her, and that's what I'm meeting with her about tomorrow.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll go ahead with that. And then yesterday at our community cafe, our EMA asked about setting up an email, and we said, well, that costs money to the town to have a, Parsonsfield EMA at parsonsfield.org.
Yeah.
But what I was thinking, he could certainly set up a Gmail, right? He could do parsonsfieldema@gmail.com, and then we could have that on our website. If anyone, yeah. So that might be the better option.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, and I don't know if that was something that he actually meant, or if he meant he wanted a parsonsfield.org. But I'm going to go ahead and tell him to do the Gmail.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that works.
Yeah, because I think it's around $120 a year for
an address.
For an email address.
Yeah.
So
I know it's not cheap.
No.
Not for the town. So that was something I wanted to just mention. Land share riders, for everybody who's listening, 5 o'clock, the workshop hours that are coming in to talk about access on public roads, mostly over by Province Lake. We've had quite a few letters from folks that live in that area. I don't know if they'll actually show up for the meeting, but...
Yeah, I had somebody come in today to that was not going to be able to be at the meeting, and I told them, just as anybody can, send a message to the selectman inbox and we can, include it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also think that, I know the one that we got from Danielle today too. She didn't actually, it was just the map that the woman went and got. So it wasn't actually a letter for or against, but more interested in what was going on. So.
Okay. It's hard to hear you because your screen is blocking your voice. It's very hard to hear you. Your screen blocks your voice.
Oh, for you to hear me from where you're sitting.
Yeah,
okay, I was going to say.
Back there, I couldn't hear you at all.
Yeah, and we've got the air conditioner on too. Yeah. So you can certainly move up closer if you want, but I'm not going to, my screen is here. So.
No, I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yep.
Yeah, got it. so I didn't get the, is it next Friday or next Tuesday is the land share at 5 o'clock?
Monday.
Next Monday.
Yep.
Yeah, I would like to be there.
Do they go up and down Woodward now?
Oh, yeah, a lot more. And I could ask you a question, why can't they, I mean, you're picking out roads, listing roads for them to discuss to be used. Why can't they use Middle Road, that, which as the top of my road, because it's hardly ever traveled? Okay?
Well, this is coming from land share riders. We're not picking out the roads. They're approaching the town with roads that they would like permission to use. So anything that you have that you
Yeah.
want to say, say it on Monday.
I would highly
Yeah.
suggest them use Middle Road, not just, because it seems like they're all coming down my road now. And Middle Road isn't listed.
Yeah, I mean, I would
Yeah.
bring your
I'll
comments in
say
on Monday
that,
for sure, yeah.
Well, you guys will be there for that.
Yes.
Good.
Yep. I'm thinking maybe we'll have to maybe move it to another room if it's gonna be,
Oh, for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
crowded. So I think Saban has more information on winter maintenance, like we'll wait for him to come in. And I just mention this. Someone wrote about fireworks on Province Lake. I think they're just concerned about the numbers of cars and fireworks and noise that goes off on the 4th of July. My understanding that these fireworks are illegal to launch. However, these displays occur unchecked every year. Is that in the Maine side or the New Hampshire? I mean, Province Lake is part Maine, part
Yep, 50/50.
part New Hampshire.
Yeah, I don't know the specific New Hampshire laws. I know that they're legal in Maine.
Yeah. And I
But-
don't know where
I don't believe they are in New Hampshire.
that they're not legal. I think you're right. I think they're not legal in New Hampshire, but this,
Even though they sell them.
they have, we can probably get more information before we respond to anything about that. Yeah, I'll put that on the to-do list. For sure. And I'll mention this again Monday during our meeting, but we did get an email from Levitt Plantation that they're gonna be doing more cutting, but this time it's going to be past Chase Road as you go towards South River on Middle. So it's gonna be
Okay.
away from the trails,
Okay.
all right? But we
Good.
did, let me see if I can pull that one up again and,
Yeah, I did see the loggers yesterday, and I met them in where they cut right off of Middle Road and Province Lake and Hasty Brook in that area. And we discussed a bunch of things, and mainly what's happening in the state of Maine is that they're doing away with chipping. So in years past, sustainable logging didn't just leave piles of branches and tops of trees. They chipped everything for fuel. And they can't earn money now, enough money to make it worth their while. So now what's happening, the area that they have to come in on to cut is much bigger because their equipment is larger. And now what happens is all the branches / tops that they used to take, bunch up and turn into chips and then take it to the place that would use it for fuel, and they got paid okay with that. This is going away. And what's gonna happen is sustainable logging as we knew it in the past, people who saw where they cut, is not gonna look sustainable anymore. And I chatted with Richard McLucas about this, and him and I are on the same page. We have to get involved, the state involved, because land for Maine Future isn't just sitting right here. It's all over the state. And if logging is gonna go on in other places other than right here in partnership with other recreational users, it's just a total mess with it. Ted, you probably haven't had a chance to go down and see that happening, but it's a mess.
No.
It's really bad. And The problem is that before, when they picked everything up, trees could grow back quick. Now, when you're leaving everything on the ground, trees won't be able to grow back because that stuff has to break down first. So we're gonna see bare spots much longer. Trees would start to grow within 4 or 5 years, you'd see 2, 3, 4 foot trees. Now we're gonna wait 8 to 10 years before we see any growth. I mean, I don't believe it's a sustainable way of logging, and Richard McCluskey's doesn't either. But they're not paying them enough money to pick up the chips anymore. This is a problem, especially since we have so much logging going on now. And, you know, and the paths in used to be smaller because the equipment was smaller. You know, they might have been 25 feet wide. The paths in now are 50 to 75 feet wide, and they go over everything. And all that stuff they used to pick up and turn into, they don't do it. So that's a little bit more input for people to think about.
Is Leather Plantation owned by a lumber company?
It is owned by, I don't know if they're a
Pleasant
lumber
River?
company, I think they're
Dude,
more
that
of an
most recent
investment
email
company,
about
North
cutting.
Carolina.
Oh,
That we
okay.
got.
And
Yeah.
the people
What
that
date do you have?
manage
I
it
can't.
are
Did
land
it
vest.
come from Land
Land
Vest?
vest
Okay.
basically hires or has a fleet of foresters.
Okay. Because I
I
think
was
their
just looking at it.
Yeah.
land borders ours, Jim. Because originally,
Me on two sides, you were.
From
Yeah.
Colin Perkins McCraw.
years
Got it.
ago, way back when, that was
Oh.
Diamond International.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't have a recent one.
It changed hands.
And then,
3 times.
it changed, then it, Sappy, and then Sappy sold it to, I don't know.
Yeah, it's changed
Yeah.
hands 2 to 3 times
Yeah.
since the original recreational and the land for main feature agreement went through. But I'm just
That's
kind of
interesting.
giving you guys a heads up that at some point we need to express to the state, and there were state people on that meeting, we need to express to the state, and I have a lot of pictures, I'm gonna send the state some more, that without chipping, our forests are gonna look terrible. They're gonna look just horrendous. And it will be years before they come back where the potters are. It's bad. I mean, you could see within 2 or 3 years when they.
Can you forward it to me if you have it right there?
Yep.
It's funny because what I'm coming up with is. Oh, maybe that was from Emily.
Yeah, that's good.
Are you guys filling out the
Yep,
survey?
yep.
I'll just mention it too, that came from our municipal energy plan, just a survey for the folks in town to fill out. We'll have it on our website, and we have paper copies here too. So anybody that comes in, I'll put some in our office here, and I'll put some on the town clerk's office too.
Yeah, put them up on the wall where people are gonna see them or something that way.
So they're cutting in the north of Middle Road, south of Hobbs Swamp, east of the state line. Okay. We'll mention that again on Monday.
Did they notify you? Is that how you?
Yes, yep, and then we mention it during a meeting and usually put it on the website as well, yep. When they switched hands and that was one of our comments, is that they never let us know when they were cutting, and then people would come in and we wouldn't have an idea, so the communication was not good, so that's one of the things we
I
asked
brought
for.
that old manual home with me way back 20 years ago to read it through, and pretty strict regulations about what's supposed to happen on both sides of the fence, if you will. We went through the plantation. I had never been through there, going over towards Robbins Lake, but from way back on the Chase Road. And it was beautiful. Unbelievable timber back there. And of course, it's very valuable. So when somebody spends a lot of money for a new piece of land, they want to recover some of that money. And in my estimation, it got cut pretty hard in order to recover that money. that was just recently too, within the last couple, 3 years.
Yeah, well, they did cut pretty hard for red pine scale disease, and they had to, so there was a lot of swaths of hard cut.
What are they doing for all the ash trees that are dying?
It's a tough one.
Yeah, the woodpeckers are the ones that really take care of them.
Yep. Yep.
I did finally hear back from Civic Plus
Oh.
in regards to the question about the invoicing, and so he did get it fixed so that that we would be billed at our normal interval, so we wouldn't get an extra bill.
Okay,
And so he did adjust all the pricing for that. It's the same pricing that we talked about, but so the we wouldn't be billed until the December, like we were before, where we paid it in December. I think we paid it in January, but we got the invoice in December,
and then that's what'll happen this year as
and
well.
that's what happened this year. Yeah, and it's $7,200, which is a just over $2,100 discount by doing it early.
And that'll cover us through 26?
Through 26 and 27.
Oh,
So that covers us for basically the full calendar year next year.
okay,
And that covers us for the ADA that we have to do by April.
April, okay.
Yeah. So that covers the ADA access, it covers the automatic switching of PDFs. So if somebody uploads a PDF today
Yeah,
and they do it as, say, like a picture,
uh-huh,
it'll read the picture, the words on it, and then turn it into text so it's ADA compliant.
I got it.
Yeah, so it covers us so that if somebody doesn't upload it as text, it does it the right way. Yeah, which is the biggest part of the whole ADA compliance is if
Yeah.
you upload something as a picture, the screen reader can't read pictures.
Interesting,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, so if I'm blind and if I have a screen reader,
right,
if I visit a
got
website,
it, right,
it's reading to me what the words are on the website, but
but,
if it's looking at a picture, it doesn't know, it'll only read the description of the picture. And so what this PDF system does is it puts all the data that's in there in the description so the screen reader can read it.
interesting,
Yeah, pretty crazy.
that is very crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it was kind of interesting to walk through how it all worked and
yeah,
yeah. So the screen reader, that's the biggest piece of it is the screen reader part for PDFs.
wow,
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy.
And that updates us to the new security settings. The design is slightly different, but it's similar to the one we have now. Like it's not vastly different. Yeah. And it would do that for everything that we have on our current website.
Wow,
Yeah, so all the PDFs that exist on our website today would go through everything and make sure, so.
wow,
Yep,
that's a lot, that's
It
a lot.
is.
Yeah, we'll have to remember it for, the budget, the annual budget too.
Yes.
Yeah,
yeah, so he said if we sign that on Monday, we'll get the $2,100 discount. And so, and they'll start the process of we'll convert before December. Like,
Okay.
They'll do the conversion
Oh.
before then, but we wouldn't be billed
we won't be
until
billed till
December.
December.
Yeah.
And then probably pay in January, like,
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we get it like close to the holiday,
right,
so,
interesting,
yeah.
okay.
Do you have a lot of people who utilize that? Do you have any knowledge of what that, numerically what that might be?
I don't know if anyone does, but
That uses our website, or
No, this,
the blo-
what you're just describing now.
Oh, the
Under
ADA part of
Under
it?
ADA, you have to
Right.
have it. Anyway, but I just.
right.
Oh, come on in, Norm, yeah, you can come in, yep. You were printing? Okay. We heard.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone does access it that way, but yeah, like you said, under ADA, yeah,
But there's also a lot of people probably who aren't in town that may access our website, you know, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you know.
But you would have no
Yeah,
knowledge of
right,
what's going on.
exactly,
yeah.
And it's a requirement,
State law?
yeah.
Yeah, I think municipalities, and so what Civic Plus ran into is, for bigger municipalities, they had to do this by, actually, they have to do it by Monday. And so they're trying to get all the conversion over for all of these places, for these larger cities that have significantly more information on their website, trying to get them all switched over. And so I know that they were trying to get us done early because they expect the same for their smaller municipalities to do it, March, April of next year.
And what's the conversion? Is it a different, when you say you're converting, what aspects of the website are converting? What, a particular program?
So the website will stay the same, and it's converting it, so it's called Doc Access. It's their program, but what it is it converts any of the PDFs, Word files, and makes them ADA compliant. To make sure all the content on the website is ADA compliant. Anything from, if we upload a picture, say we post something with a map, it'll automatically say, you have to put something in here to describe what the picture is because the screen reader has to have it. And so today we don't have that.
Got it.
Yeah.
It has to be compliant with ADA.
Yeah. Yeah, it's everything from, like I said, just, you put a little clip art of a stop sign, it has to say stop sign. And so it's kind of, it feels foolish, but if you're, someone who needs that, then
Handicap.
yeah. Yeah.
I mean, think about some of the pictures that are on there with all the pictures and the clip art that are on it. It's
Oh, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
kind of nuts. Kind of nuts. Well, Saban's not here. He has the info on winter maintenance.
Yep.
And I will get back to Maya with what exactly it is he wants to change in terms of the plowing and what he's heard from the contractors.
Yep.
So we can do that on Monday. We'll have to squeeze a lot in before 5. Or we can do it during our meeting, I guess, as well.
Yep.
In response to the citizens petition that we've received on enacting a moratorium, we've contacted our attorney, who has sent us we haven't had a chance as a board to read through or discuss as a group. I mean, we've read through it. Any questions that we have, we'll send back to him. Let's see, I'm looking for. So this would have to go through a public hearing and then a special town meeting for voting. And all those come with dates and times of when notices are published.
So 2 meetings, special town meeting, then you have another voting meeting.
It's
You can't have a
public hearing,
Right, public hearing, and
then
that's
special
another
town
vote
meeting.
for a vote.
What's the space in between those?
Yeah.
That's a good question. Special town, public hearings are, let's see.
Yeah, it's all based on advertising time, right?
Yeah.
So I think you have to run it twice. I think it's 10 days.
Yeah, special town meetings are notice for, so a public hearing you have to notify 10 days in advance.
Yep.
Okay. So then you have that, you set that date up, and then you have a special town meeting. For special town meetings, notice has to be given at least 7 days before, and posted on a conspicuous public place in town.
So my question briefly is that at the special town meeting, of course, the select board says, we just received 110 or whatever the requirement was of you voters to ask for a moratorium, right? That'll be explained to people at the special town meeting, correct?
That would be explained at the public hearing, which is held first.
Right, at the public hearing before the vote.
Right.
That would be explained that you received this, now we need to have discussion. It could be 5 minutes, it could be an hour, and then after the discussion, you will then tell people that we will be now voting, because there's no vote gonna happen at the special town meeting, right? No vote. You're saying that there will not be any vote.
You keep saying special town meeting, so no vote at the public hearing, there will be no vote.
Public hearing, no vote. But then you're under obligation, you'll say, now we have to come back in a week or 10 days and have a vote whether we're going to support this petition that you, public, brought to us.
The special town meetings a vote for the
That would-
townspeople to vote.
That would be when we voted.
Right. So that, yeah, but a public hearing, at the public hearing, you have to tell people before that you have received a petition, a valid petition with the number of signatures that were all verified. You have to tell everybody at the public hearing that you have received, right? Am I wrong?
No, but what you're, I'm
I don't
trying, yeah, I don't
understand.
What's the public
understand.
hearing for?
The public hearing is for, because it's an ordinance.
Comments. It's an ordinance.
If you're making an ordinance change or adding an ordinance, you have to have a public hearing.
Okay. And you could tell people that because you received this, we have to do this ordinance. You received a petition from townspeople. If you never received this petition from townspeople, you might not ever have a desire to put an ordinance in. So they need to know that and come there already gave you the petition.
I mean, we've mentioned it for the last 2 weeks, I don't know.
But at this special hearing, you have to tell people why we're voting, why we're gonna put an ordinance in and vote in a week or two. Because we received a request from town people to have a moratorium and the petition was all verified. You have to explain that to people.
I mean, I don't know that we're required to, but
Well, I
I'm not
believe
saying
that.
we're not going to. Like, I
Well,
don't.
we received a petition, we're required to act on it, and that's what we're doing.
Right, so as long as people know at this special public hearing, this is why they're there.
Have the signatures been verified?
Yes.
They are,
Yes.
so it's all set.
Yes.
Yeah. I just want to be clear that the people aren't coming just to vote out of the blue to be able to have a moratorium. Means that what the vote, eventually will be after the discussion. But they have to also realize that you received this petition.
Yeah, I don't think I mean, we're not gonna, no one's hiding that. Like,
Okay,
it's-
well, that should be stated right in the beginning with why we're here. We're gonna vote for, we're gonna have a discussion about putting an ordinance in. And the reason why is that we have received a petition. I want that to be understood by everybody that comes to that public hearing, right up front. Then we go on with it.
There's no issue with that, Cliff. I
Okay.
just hear you getting really worked up about this, and that's not.
I understand. If there's no issue, then I would expect that you guys will say, hey, we're here, we have this petition, and we need to have an ordinance in our town. Let's have discussion. In a week or 10 days, we're gonna have a vote.
well, we can't say we need to have an ordinance, but we could say that we're bringing this before everybody.
Because when we go to a vote, that's when the townspeople, everybody that
Right, the town will
attends.
vote on whether or not we need the ordinance.
Right.
Well, when the town meets the requirements of a petition, a lot of people did. We had almost 150 to 200 people. All we put in was maybe 120. So when the town puts in a petition, you are required then to have an ordinance if the town wants it.
But I don't understand what you're hammering at here, because it's what we're doing. We're telling you that
The town
understand
has
that.
to vote on it. You,
Right.
I
the town has to
understand.
vote on it.
Correct.
We are not required to write a
Have-
cannabis moratorium and enact it as law by the three of us sitting here as a select board. It goes before the town.
I understand that, but you, I'm just want to be certain that you guys would mention that we received a petition from townspeople that met all the verification requirements. And now we have to have a discussion about if the town will vote to have a moratorium ordinance on marijuana. And will you be able to give the people a date at that meeting if they decide they want to vote on it? Or will they have to wait for a shopper's guide?
Well, we have to advertise it, so it's gonna be.
Oh, I know that, I know
Yeah.
you do, but you know.
We will decide when it's gonna get into the paper and when the meeting will be, yes.
Right.
And that's what we will advertise.
Yeah,
It would be nice to be able to have some sense of when that will happen, so if 100 people show up and say, we have a date, it's gonna be in the paper, here's our date.
We're dealing now, as I'm listening here, with somebody's interpretation of what was written at the top of the document that we asked everybody to sign. And it sounds like there's a slight variance or difference as to what that is. My impression of what was wanted was the moratorium against licensing of any additional marijuana facilities until such time as the ordinances could be reviewed. Now, I don't know what the actual documents
Well,
are.
according to our town attorney and the Maine municipal attorney, and this is what we've talked about in the past, is that the petition was a request for the select board to take action. And that's what we have asked our attorney to come up with in terms of a moratorium. We're formally requesting the town of Parsonsfield to adopt a temporary moratorium. So that's what we've done.
What's the next words after that, please?
To adopt a temporary moratorium on the acceptance, processing, and issuance of licenses, permits, or
That's what I'm
approvals.
saying. You left that part out.
Well, I didn't leave it out when it went to the attorney, so,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I'm just saying that this is a
All right.
request to the select board. This isn't an actual, article as written for a warrant, so.
I don't want to sound argumentative, but I just wanted to make sure that we were on, saying the same words. That's all I'm
Yep,
asking.
and the attorney has the paragraph that was sent in with the petition.
Thank you.
Yep. So they're completely aware of what it is the petition was all about and have written a moratorium in that regard as well. Yep.
So is it possible to have the public hearing? It has to come out 10 days before the public hearing.
10 days.
So is it possible to get it in this week's shopper's guide, so 10 days will be right
Maybe
around
next week's.
10th of June?
We just got a shop.
It has to be done Monday.
Yeah, it would have to be done Monday.
Right, and we don't have a business meeting until Monday at 6 o'clock, which would be too late for it to get in next week's shopping guide, because we have not, as a board, had this in front of us to discuss, because there was a holiday, which was last Monday, and I have a couple of questions from Cam about as well, so, and that we'll have those by Monday. And is there anything in there that you want clarification on, or?
No, I mean, it all seemed relatively straightforward, so. I think we'll have to decide on the date piece that's in there, and then,
It'll be on our agenda for Monday.
yep,
It will be the enactment date when all is said and done.
So it's virtually impossible to get it in Monday night. They may hold a spot for it in the shopper's guide. I've worked with them before. If they know something is coming, they will reserve a spot.
Well, it's 10 days. I don't know about if there's a number of times we have to have it in there, though. So that's the,
Yeah, there isn't any number of times, I believe.
right.
Yep.
So if it doesn't go Monday, then it's gonna be, end up being 30 days before it's all that.
Yeah, you got that right.
No, I think you're mistaken what I'm saying. So I'm saying that there is no requirement like there is for some other boards where they have to have it advertised, certain number of times prior to having a meeting. If there's no requirement for a number of advertisements, then we could schedule it on Monday, and as long as we advertise it, then we would meet that
10
requirement.
days after it came out of the shopping guide, right? Then we'd have, is when we could come on a date,
Right.
set a date.
Is it possible to get an ad that would be required together and let the shopper's guide know that make space for this? They could probably put it in at 6 o'clock. They've done stuff for me overtime.
But this would be coming from the select board, and
Yeah.
I haven't always had them be that cooperative, so,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think if you contact them a little bit ahead and say, maybe we're talking next Monday, Saturday, say, hey, I think we're gonna have to put this in the shopper's guide, and I can let you know for sure by 5 or 6 o'clock Monday.
I'll take an ad out, take a space, and you can have my space. I'll drop my
There
ad.
we go.
Well, I mean, this is all assuming that we, approve it and schedule, get everything done on Monday, so.
Yeah, we can take a blank space out like Jim said. Hold it. Here it comes.
Call this number and we'll let you know why.
So, I will email the attorney and have him get back to us before Monday.
Well, one of the main reasons why we want to move this along is that there may be other deadlines that may come in before that in relationship to building permits and stuff, and we want to be sure that since the town has already gathered a number of signatures and are requesting, the least we can do is respect that. I'm particularly mentioning one permit in particular that's going to be required.
We cannot at a workshop discuss any of that stuff, so.
Not, I'm just saying. That's why we're asking to make sure we move along with this rather than wait another 50 days.
Okay. Hear your concerns. Speaking of attorneys, do you have any more info on what Danielle would want to have talked to us today about the invoice that we got from?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I got was I did get an email back from Cam, and basically said that,
There was options.
yeah, there's 3 options really the town has, and he recommends that we either pay it or pay it under protest. And then, and along with that, we send a notice to terminate the non-audit engagement letter or agreement, whatever it's, I can't remember what it's called.
We weren't aware of it. We never saw a copy of it. It was from, 2018, 2019, then all of a sudden we have this 2026 that wasn't ever in my, there was no pre-approval. No, I don't know that they needed it if they still had that engagement letter. It just.
Yeah, I just, it's, if I was doing work for somebody and it was gonna cost them an extra $12,000, I certainly would, engage them and let them know that.
Right.
So it's, you know, to just send an invoice is, but,
Let me just step back for a second too. I'm sorry that I didn't have you guys say who you were when you were talking. So,
I'm notorious.
and Mr. Krolik has already gone, and you, sir, are,
I'm Stan Clark.
okay,
I live 653 North Road.
okay, all right, thanks, sorry, I just realized that,
And one thing that I'm here for today, I don't know if it's a right meeting or not, but you're saying that you need people for the planning board. And I'm willing to serve.
then you need to, take out I think we have, some spots opening on the planning board that, if you want to, ask, I don't know if Renee has any forms in there, but, papers are open for getting a nomination. So, yeah.
Okay, and what is a nomination?
Well, members of the planning board are elected at our, the day before the annual town meeting.
Yes.
And I believe it's a 5-year term. So, yeah.
yeah.
And I think, we just got, let's see, nomination, what are the open positions?
For planning board, it's a planning board member and then a planning board alternate.
And there's one planning board member opening for 5 years and an alternate for 3 years.
And there is an open alternate,
That's what, yeah, there's one planning board member and one open alternate.
2 open alternates.
For the planning board?
Yeah.
I only see one here.
The one well, there's the one that recently resigned, and then there's one that's ending.
Okay. It's interesting that she only put then one planning board alternate.
Well,
It should be
'cause-
2.
Well, so we would have, typically what this board has done in the past is
Well,
whoever,
nominate,
whoever gets the next most votes for the
Right.
planning board, either member or alternate, would then get approached to be that open alternate.
He's the alternate.
right.
Yeah,
Or usually we would appoint somebody to be a member in the absence of, or needing a body, so.
Right.
Right.
but right now they have 5 members, no alternates. Or no, excuse me, they have
One-
5 members, 1
One
alternate.
alternate.
Dave Bushman's an alternate, right? But they
Dan
moved him
and
in
John
as
are
Dan?
alternates and they moved Dan up.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they've moved him up for a meeting only, like at a meeting at a
Okay.
time.
That
Yeah.
was,
Right.
that was a question I didn't know.
Right.
Did he move into the spot
Right.
that was
Yeah,
Right.
there?
Mhm. But that would be something for
Okay, and when I take out nomination papers, do I need to get signatures or?
25,
25?
25 minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then get your name put on the ballot, and then you get to go shake hands and kiss babies.
Well, I've always worked away, and I built my whole life, from houses to the last 50 years. I was part owner of a company, and we built water treatment, sewer treatment plants, large, from $500,000 to $30 million.
Oh, yes.
And I was in the field 100% of the time. I was there.
Away from home.
Away from home, that's
Yeah.
why I've never approached it before, but now I'm retired, I have time.
There you go.
You haven't made enough enemies yet?
I did pretty good not to in my life, fairly well. I got a lot of engineers that think a lot of me, so I'm very fortunate.
No, as someone who formerly chaired the planning board, that kind of experience is necessary, be able to look at plans, understand plans. That's
I
highly
could-
helpful to the
I
planning board.
could read plans like kids read funny books. And I had to, where I was position I had to understand plumbing, HVAC, and electrical.
Yep.
I'm one of the few guys who could take a treatment plant and dissect the electrical on it. In notes to the engineer, I think you have a problem here. And that's why the owners.
Yep. But yeah, certainly go check with Danielle and,
Okay.
and get those nomination papers, absolutely.
I will. Well, I talked to Saban after one of the last meetings,
In that room there,
yeah, in there, and he was in here, and I said, hey, I'd be interested in So you didn't know whether they were gonna appoint somebody, he said we could appoint somebody, or whether they could wait till elections, or what they were gonna do.
Yeah. Yeah, typically once nomination papers become available, it behooves us to wait the couple
Yeah.
months in order to get
And
somebody
that-
in there.
And that is gonna be voted on when?
The vote is always the Friday before the annual town meeting, and the annual town meeting is the Saturday after Labor Day. And I'll just pull up my calendar.
5th. So the vote's the 4th of September, and the town meeting will be on the 5th.
No, the vote is on the 11th, because it's always the Saturday after Labor Day.
Isn't Labor Day?
Is the 7th of September.
Oh, it's the 7th.
Yeah. So the vote will be on September 11th with our annual town meeting on the 12th.
So it'd be voted on the 11th, whether
Correct.
I was in or out.
Right. You-
And then,
Yeah, and then the meeting, annual town meeting's on the 11th. I mean, the 12th, sorry, exactly, yeah.
It's late this year.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So I guess we can table the invoice discussion, but like, I'm just changing subjects here, guys.
no, that's fine.
You know, I know that Danielle can't move forward with the information she's getting from.
Yeah, and I don't think we're gonna get any information unless we pay it. I think we're stuck between a rock and a hard place at this point, and
You know, and she mentioned something about taking it to the state and I would fully back whatever plan we could come up with if it makes sense legally and for the town, because we have never, in the 3 years, I've never seen a non-audit engagement letter, and I've never seen that kind of an invoice,
right.
especially dealing with the funds like Piper and Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and maybe Daniel will have some more information.
Yeah, Kim said, well, I'm not exactly clear why the auditor is performing reconciliation work on the town's fiscal year 25 financials when he's not completed the fiscal 21 audit. The town essentially has 3 options. And he said, don't pay, or pay under protest. He said he recommends options 2 or 3, pay or pay under protest, with a slight preference for option 3. Outright refusal to pay will further delay the town's audits, expose it to a collections action, and deprive it of work product that will then have to pay another auditor to produce.
Right, Daniel did forward that to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that's a good I'd love that option, but it's not good. Not a great option.
No, because I mean, really, that's, given the amount, that's where it goes, right?
Yeah.
Is it goes,
Yeah, and what is to pay under protest? I mean, certainly we can pay it and let them know how, I don't know,
yeah, it said,
dismayed and disappointed we are in what we've been dealing with this past year.
yeah, he said, for pay under protest, he said the town could pay the invoice, but indicate that it disputes the value of the invoice and authorization for the services performed, and that the town reserves the right to reduce future payments for other services by the amount of the payment if it determines that the services were either not performed or are duplicative of other services for which it has been billed under the audit engagement. Yeah.
Who is this company that you're with?
It's our auditors, it's Ron L. Bullion and Company. And he did recommend that we terminate the non-audit engagement. He said that it would be up to us, obviously, if we wanted to terminate that and the audit engagement in the search for a new auditor. But, yeah.
They're not that hard to find.
Oh, yes, they are.
They're very hard to
They're
find
very
right
hard
now.
to find.
For municipalities?
Yeah.
Yes, and many towns are way behind in their audits because they are difficult to find and they're so backed up in terms of what they're doing for the towns. So we're not alone in the fact that our audits are behind, but at the same time, there are towns that are right up,
I'll ask a question and see if they're taking on, I know doctors have taken on new patients here and there. And I'm sure you're right, because I've been away from this for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, we've reached out to a couple that, are known to us, either doing neighboring towns or, I've said before, my mother's a selectman in another town, and I asked about their auditor and called them, and they're not taking on new plans.
It's very work.
Yeah,
So all towns that have to deal with this auditing, at this point in time.
yeah, there's been a bunch of issues, and then there's been a bunch of towns that have had major issues that have taken up a lot more of the auditor's time as well. So, I mean, you hear it all over the place. I hear, you know, school audit issues where, you know, schools are $5 million in the negative, and they don't know how they got there, and you know, the audit was hidden, or it was hidden in adjustments and things like that. So, yeah, it's obviously concerning, and you got to get the right person in there. But we got to find somebody that's not going to hit us with surprise invoices.
Mhm.
What else did we have? That might have been it. I think we'll want to talk in the workshop on Monday about any other items that we want to get on that special town meeting that we'll
Yes.
eventually have to have.
Yeah. There's a few things that we were discussing, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I know we've had conversations in the past about other things, so.
I know that, you know, getting the winter maintenance bids too will be a hot topic till we can decide about the, I know both bids, both companies have mentioned picking up the south section, but I don't know anything more than that. And I'm pretty sure Saban talked to him yesterday when he was here, so,
Okay.
yeah.
Are nomination paper, are they already available?
Yep, they were available yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yesterday, yeah.
Okay, I knew it was
Yeah,
around this time.
yeah,
Yeah, because it's what, 100 days?
yes,
Yeah.
yep.
Your road commissioner, Maya Larry, started work for me when he was 15 years old and worked all the way up through.
Yeah, he recommended you, as a matter of fact, for some grant writing I did a few years back.
You
and
called me.
I did,
Yes.
and
I put together this, I don't know how to write grants, but for engineers, I would put together this piece of equipment,
Yeah.
this is the stuff that needs to be done
yeah,
to write a grant to do it.
to do it, right. Well, I did write the grant, but we didn't get it.
Yeah.
You know, and most of the people who did get that grant were big salmon fisheries that spawn up north.
Yeah,
And, you know, our little brooks and streams down here just didn't make the cut. So,
yeah,
you know, I was disappointed, but
yeah.
yeah, we've done other things in the
Yeah,
meantime.
he's done very well for himself. A lot of young guys in town
Yeah,
got their start with me, and that's the most proudest thing that I've done in my life.
well, that's
what they've
good.
done.
That's good, right? It's nice to see these kids carry on. Maya,
Yeah.
Jesse, Stacy.
Yeah.
Sat on the board for a while, and
Yeah, Jesse Dublin, he's a forester, he did. Carlin Berger, he works the company that I was part owner of, he works in the office
Yeah.
there now.
yeah,
Yeah, my son and Dave Spalding with Earth,
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
interesting.
A lot of hidden talent here in town.
Oh,
People don't brag, they just mind their own business.
Yep.
Yep.
Seth McNulty, both McNulty boys.
Yeah.
I took the Nielsen boys,
Yeah, that's
all
right.
of them worked for me.
Yep.
I took them one summer, I said, you kids, they're 15 years old, says, you're gonna be nothing but trouble. Ginny Watson, they called on him 2 or 3 times, that's on my phone rang. I can tell you right now, you're going to work. This is it.
We need more of that. We need some more of that. Oh,
My last one is Richard Lucas's grandson,
Oh,
Austin
boy.
Bersanis. Yeah, he's still there, but he graduated, but he has to still finish some of his welding certs and everything like that. He's going to work for Peerless, and
Well, I have a few emails that I'm gonna write, so if it's a quiet rest of the workshop, you know, I'll keep it open in case Saban happens to show up and has some
Yep.
more info that we can go through, but I'm gonna,
Wait, I was gonna say, we did get 3 quotes from our IT people.
oh, good,
Um,
okay.
We did get, it's Ion Networking. It's a,
Did you guys interview 3 people? I thought there was just.
no, just 2.
Okay, interesting.
No, the other one is who Porter uses.
Okay,
They sent us some information.
uh-huh,
But, yeah, it kind of goes over all the services and the one-time charges and what they'll, what they offer.
uh-huh,
And then the other one is Advanced Microsystems, and it's the contract's more like a prepaid, so you buy a certain number of hours,
okay,
and then that's how many hours you have. Whereas Ion is more of a kind of a managed, behind-the-scenes kind of. If you have problems, you call. They have, I think you said, if I remember correctly, I think they have 18 staff. They're over
okay.
in Wyndham. Yep, Wyndham. But
And are they available to come into the building as well?
yeah, so
Okay.
they both gave quotes on sort of the ongoing annual stuff, like that you'll have to do kind of continually,
Uh-huh,
and then also the upgrade stuff. So what it would take to do to get everything run, to make sure that we can get wireless in the back,
okay,
wireless in here, and so it kind of goes over everything. So we can talk more about that on Monday. And
okay. How did they feel about the communication room when they walked into there with
they thought it was good. They both have recommendations for upgrades. So
okay,
just small little things and changing kind of how it's all set up. Router ownership. Right now we're renting the one from Spectrum, and so Spectrum kind of manages it,
Right.
whereas they would manage it if we went with theirs. So
okay.
yeah, which is pretty common.
Okay, because we have consolidated.
Is it consolidated, not
Yeah,
Spectrum?
yeah, phew, I was gonna.
It said Spectrum on the wall in there, so that's
Okay,
why.
I think that we were Spectrum until Dave got all these phone
Gotcha.
things right, so, and they're not consolidated anymore, they're another name that they
Yeah.
call themselves, yeah.
They've all bought and sold each other so many
So many
times.
times, and, I mean, it could be,
Yeah.
for all I know, so. Anyway. Did you guys fill out your surveys?
Not yet.
Okay,
But not all the way through.
oh, okay, sounds good, I'll start a folder for those as well. I said to Emily, I'm gonna have to come in on a Friday when I can start pulling all these papers and organizing them in alphabetical type order.
Oh,
God, there's just too much stuff to, we haven't
I'm gonna
had-
bring some home with me. So
Oh,
we can
absolutely.
pull more people.
Sure, no, that would be great.
Nice.
Did I leave them all here? Yes, okay, good, yeah, well, that's awesome.
is the link to it on the website? Unless you put it under the community tab, I saw it under there.
Let's see.
Enrollment, partnership.
Online links, cars,
Resources.
venues, voting, dogs, assessing, assistance.
No.
I don't see it. Links.
Oh yeah, it's right there in front of me. Right, it said we want to hear from you. Take the 5-minute survey by clicking here. So yeah, so if you go to our website, up
Yep.
top it says community.
Yep,
On the right it says Parsonsfield Municipal Energy page, and then it's the second paragraph. We want to hear from you. Take the 5-minute survey.
excellent.
So that's the same as this paper here?
Yes.
Exactly. Yep.
Well, I won't take what I took.
Oh, you can, feel free.
Direct those kids
Yeah,
over to the website.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if they wanna use the website, that's fine, take a hard copy, that's fine as well. We're going to be working on another grant to pay for some of the, recommendations that the, energy investment people made as far as the building goes. That'll help cut down on our costs. The propane boilers that we had put in saved us thousands this past season. And they had,
Propane costs way less
Than the
diesel,
oil.
less, unbelievable.
yeah,
It's not as many BTUs per gallon, but it's,
we got a good deal too. What is it we pay, like $1 something for propane? Isn't it
Yeah,
something, we got,
you own your own tanks?
yes.
yes,
We do too.
yeah, makes a big difference.
$1.96.
Yeah, I think we were,
$1.96?
I think we were just 173, I think, if I remember right. Somewhere in that
Somewhere
range.
in that range, yeah.
Fabian.
Yep,
Okay, that was one company we looked at.
yeah, Fabian was one we looked at. We got a really good deal because we used the
Eastern.
same contractor as golf course. Saban had a contact already.
Yeah.
And so he just said, hey, how much would it, and they honored the price that they gave him at the golf course for us, so.
So how did you go about buying your tank? Like,
I bought my tank from J.P. Carroll first.
oh, you did, okay.
Yeah. And they give you a deed to it. I call it a deed. It shows ownership of the serial.
Okay,
Yeah.
They can't do that with the little small tanks, because the small tanks get moved. These bigger tanks, they're stationary, they're not subject to physical harm, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
right.
So,
I think I know that we don't, so I think I'm gonna look
yeah,
into
it's
that.
a substantial difference in the.
But is there a
owning your own
substantial
tank.
cost to it?
It was $1,800 for the tank.
For one tank?
I have a 300 gallon one.
Okay,
One of my sons has a 500, but he buried it. I
Yeah.
don't know what that cost him, quite a bit more, but
okay.
he didn't want the unsightliness, that's what he called it.
Well, mine's pretty unsightly too, but,
But for a couple $1,000, I'll look at it.
yeah. I think I'll check into that, I like that idea. Okay.
It does vary slightly over the winter. It's kind of a supply and demand sort of thing.
Yep. Yeah, we usually try to get ours locked in early on. We pre-buy.
Yeah, we do too,
With,
but it certainly don't get the good deals that you guys
So
are.
it was almost $1 less a gallon than what I was paying. I won't say where I was paying first, but.
I know, I'm not gonna say mine out loud either, so.
They give you another 10% for cash at that. There's another discount if you pay within 10 days. I don't know if you deal with that.
Anything else we can do for you, Jen?
I think something I wanted to give you after the meeting,
Okay,
please.
okay.
Absentee voting for the primary. In
Right,
person.
and I wanted to make sure people knew that it was a primary, you know, just because of the banner. And, you know, it's for primaries, just so people know that it's not like the November type election, so.
Right.
Yeah. And man, are there a lot of candidates, huh?
Yeah, because it's for every position, right? Yeah. I'm good if you are, Jen.
Okay.
I think at this point
I agree.
I'm not gonna show up, so
Okay, sounds
we're
good.
good.
All right, folks, thanks for attending, thanks for listening. We'll be back on Monday.